with Kendall picking up another injury, and you're someone who unfortunately has had a similar issue, what is your mindset after you pick up another one? You know, unfortunately it's in the spring, but it just sort of seems to keep happening. How do you keep that mindset that I gotta keep doing the work so that I can get back on the field and make an impact for this team?
I really focus on the time, like present. Like I really try to think about like the future, what past. Like it happened, it happened. Well, unfortunately, I had 3, so I dealt with it a lot. I told Kid no early days, just it happens, man. I was like, my roommate Dejan, he had to deal with something too. So I was like, just keep your head, straight. Just focus on the present. What you can do to get better, get healthy.
Are you still hands down the fastest guy on the team?
I think so. What y'all think?
I mean, everything I've read, it's been pretty fast to me. Anybody tried to challenge any of these new guys? Want to see what you got?
Nah, they don't want to challenge me. I let it feel like speak for itself, so they know.
What's been in your mindset even before spring? I mean, the things you were working on coming into this year to get even better.
My mindset is get better at football, just as like as a whole, not just going deep, just like the small stuff too. Everything, details, blocking, catching short routes, taking it for 50. So mostly everything all around receiver.
How far do you feel like you've come as a blocker in your time in Georgia?
A long way. When I first got here, I didn't want to touch nobody.
Are you continuing your track career? Did you ever give it up for some practice?
It's really still up in the air, but not really. I don't think I'm gonna run. Focus on football.
How is that? How is that? How are you processing that? I mean, is that tough to give up?
It's tough to give up. I'm not like me and Matt. We go way back, like before we even got here. So I do want to run. Like I came here to run track and play football, but my first priority was football. So it's gonna be tough, but I know what I'm here for. So.
How does it change? Like, are there market changes when you're not running track? Are there things now in your diet, or there stretches or exercises you no longer do, or how much of a modification is it?
Not much, just because I've been hurt so much, so I really ain't been able to do either one, football or track. So it doesn't really do too much.
What do you feel like is the biggest difference for the receivers when it comes to Mike Bobo now calling plays? What kind of adjustments have you guys as a group made?
I don't think we have done too much because obviously Coach Money just left. So I don't think we changed too much, but there's definitely stuff that changed. Like because it's 2 different people, so we ain't changed too much, but we changed some stuff.
What's your early impressions just of what this offense is going to look like this year?
Excited, man. So,
What's most exciting? I'm sorry, Arian. What's the most exciting part about the offense from what you see?
All the opportunities, like what I'm saying, QB, receiver, running back. There's a lot of opportunities open. So you want to play, go ahead and take it.
Aaron, after the game, I had a chance to visit with you, and he kind of said, we could be even better. Mm-hmm. Is that still the mentality you're thinking around?
Yeah. We still left a lot of stuff like out there on the field, like a lot of mistakes and like a lot of bust plays or like lows or something. So I feel like we can be a lot better than last year.
CJ Smith is a guy that didn't get to play a lot last year as he dealt with injury. What have you gotten to see from him this spring?
Development, man, getting better. Every practice is getting better. He's learning fast. So I told him, like, because me and him, like, I kind of like see myself as a young Arian, like where he at right now. So I just told him, next play, mentality every time. So that's basically my message to him every day of practice.
What have you seen out of Smoke Louis so far with him coming in from Texas A&M?
I haven't really seen too much because we're not really repping at the same time. But like I see some of his reps, he's good. Like he's gonna be good once he gets developed too.
Along those lines, what have you seen from the wide receivers that have joined your position group, the state transfers? Yeah.
They're going to be good too. I haven't seen too much, but they're going to be good.
How much do you think it helped Marcus coming back, just having a guy of that kind of experience come back to receiver?
Helps a lot. Experience is like a key part of, like, I'd say our team. A lot of young guys don't really play unless you're like Brock Bowers, so he's very valuable to our offense.
What do you feel like his strengths are as a receiver?
Say it again?
What Marcus's strengths are as a receiver?
Blocking. I would say blocking, catching contested balls. He has strong hands.
You obviously your per reception average is through the roof, so you can get deep and get behind things. What are some of I would assume that being able to drop it down and bring it back, you're going to be wide open. Mm-hmm. People geared up for your speed. What are some areas like that you're trying to get better at? Route running, that kind of thing.
My short speed, long speed there, short speed is what I'm focusing on.
Right. Well, how do you define short speed? Just being
in and out of cuts. I can run. You can stop and go.
Yeah.
What are the things you want to get better at this spring, getting ready for the season?
Everything. Catching deep balls, blocking, the short stuff, everything. play call, get the play call, line it up, everything.
Do you feel like you have an opportunity to play an even bigger role this time around?
I think so.
Arian, how many times have you gone back and watched a replay of your touchdown catch against Ohio State?
Like since spring or like
No, just the games. It was just the games.
not too much.
Really?
I try not to like look at that stuff. Coach always say like immediately like, yeah, I was good. It's not about me. It's about the team. So yeah, I was great touchdown, but it wasn't all me.
When that play happened, I know you've talked about this 100 times already, but when that play happened, the defensive back fell down. Just
Yeah.
what goes through a guy's mind when you're that wide open?
So I'm moving so fast, I really didn't see him fall down. So just catch the ball, you know. We do our practice on the ball when there, like we was focused on the ball. Coach say, what I did.
When is the last time you remember a quarterback overthrowing you? Is that happening in a minute?
Not too often. I can't remember the last time. Most time I run up under it.
You mentioned injuries too. Just kind of limited you really about half the games you could have played. And
Yeah.
again, you just kind of said a second. You don't look back, but have you ever caught yourself, man? If I could have just stayed healthy, what I could already have done.
Of course, you know, I've taken some time like, man, wish I was healthy for a game. You know, I could have helped out in a way.
Who's out of those three quarterbacks? Who would you say can heave it the farthest?
Right now, spring.
Yeah, from like just I'm gonna throw it as far as I can and you
That's a
run
tough
under it.
question. I'd probably say either Carson or Gunner.
Yeah,
Yeah, really, all three can throw, so it's really hard. I'd probably say all three of them. They all can throw it.
yeah. You know you gotta hear from them no matter what you said.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. I'm here from it.
Going back to the last fall camp when you got hurt, what was sort of the motivation? What did it take to just keep persevering, keep pushing through?
Same thing I did when I broke my leg. Focus on what I can do to get healthy, get back on the field.
Do you? Oh, go ahead.
Is this a better wide receiver core when you bring in a couple guys that posted good numbers at other SEC schools?
I wouldn't say better. I think we're kind of the same, but we can get better. We only have two new transfers, and like only person we lost was Kiera, so I don't think we lost too much potential, but I think we can be better than the last receiver core we had.
For a guy that's got world-class speed, when you have these lower body injuries, I got to think at first it had to be just absolutely devastating. How much mental toughness or growth do you get from being able to realize you can come back from those injuries and still be as elite as you are in speed?
I'd say not taking things for granted. Man. 3 surgeries on one leg, still the best on the team, like y'all said. Just like not taking things for granted, like taking things seriously. Hurry, get rehab, go to sleep on time. So,
how much discipline does that? I was gonna, you guys say going to rehab, and for us it's just a word, but a rehab, it's a pretty lonely, serious commitment to this. Like, how much are we talking? What hours of the day? Like,
I wake up and get rehab before class, so about an hour, and then I get rehab before practice and rehab after practice. So after I leave here, I'll be going to get rehab.
3 times a day. How many days a week?
3 times 7, that's 21. So yeah, Sunday too.
What are your early impressions of Zeke Haynes?
He's gonna be good. He has a lot of potential to go. Like he's gonna be good.
What is it he does well?
He's just quick. He's just a natural receiver. Like you don't have to get taught to like run routes. It's just him learning the plays. So once he learns the plays and learns the offense, he's gonna be good.
How about Anthony Evans?
He's fast. He's gonna be good too. He has a lot. He's a lot of. How do I say it? He has a lot like. He reminds me a lot like Percy Harvin. The way he runs, just like effortless.
And then I'll ask for the other freshman, Tyler Williams.
Tyler's gonna be good. He went to the same high school I went to, so I knew him well before he got here, so I'm excited to see him too. That's like my brother.
What is his strengths? What does he do?
He reminds me of Mark. Marcus throws me out. Strong hands. Early guys gotta learn the offense, so they gotta take the time to learn first.
Got time for 2 more. Anybody else? All right, thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, y'all.